Hi Teaquilters, it's T with Teaquilts. Today is October 16th, 2021, and I am doing my 8 p.m. live sew and chat. And this is so weird and so different. I'm trying to figure out where to put this camera, and so I'm still messing with that, so give me a minute. And you all are up close and personal. I just didn't feel like moving all of this stuff back. I did go take a nap, so that's a good thing. But I'm still sleepy. Trying to cut my fan on here. And an extra light. Okay. Oh, this is a stand I don't know if I'm going to be needing. Let's see who's in here. Let me pull you all up on my cell phone. One question I get asked a lot, and I guess I'm going to put it at the beginning of this video, is how do I know when you're live? If you are subscribed to the channel, you also have to hit the notification bell in order for them to send you an email. Now, YouTube doesn't always do it right. And we were in the live today an hour and a half in before somebody came in and said that they just got a notification. So sometimes they don't give you the notifications. If you've been a subscriber for a while and you're not getting notifications, just go over there, click the unnotify button, that bell, and then re-click it. Because sometimes reactivating it, it pushes you back up into the front. So if you're not getting it, just kind of play around with that notification bell. There is nothing that I can do to enhance that. Sometimes I do put it in Teaquilts group. Sometimes I don't. Like I did this morning, but I didn't just now. I just woke up, ate some more chicken salad from lunch today, and came back on here live. Matter of fact, I don't even have water. So, hey Ben, when you get a chance, can you put some ice and water in my cup that's on the end of that iron board? And appreciate that. And so you're going to be hearing some noise in the background a little bit. My husband is putting up some groceries, so you might hear some noise here or there. That's what that is. I still got bags and bags of pieces. So I am going to continue to work on this 4-star general. I've got on this board, which you can't see, I've got more half-star blocks like this to work on. So I decided instead of moving this, since I've already got most of it laid out, I'll just stay here today. I didn't want to waste my half hour moving sewing machines when I could eat instead. So that's why we're here. So let's see who's watching in here. Let's see. We got Betsy back. She says, hello, welcome, and good evening to all. Happy Saturday. Beverly Aiken says, hello, T and T Quilters. Susan T says, hi, T and everyone. So much fun today with you and Kevin. Thanks to both of you. Thank you, Susan. Denise Sopatch 33 says, hello. Janice Miller says, today was a great day of quilting and fun. Hello, everyone. That's awesome, Janice. Vivian Cavies back saying hi, T and everyone. Darcy Savali says, hi, T and all quilters. Remember to give T a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Maxie Doodle goes, more T. Yay. Welcome back. June Hansen says, hi, T and everyone. Darlene Crosby's back, says, howdy. Good to see you again. Sharon Lewis says, happy Saturday, T and quilters. Elaine Doucette says, hello to all. Reminding you to hit the thumbs up. Thank you so much. And Deborah Quilts is back. She also stopped in as a surprise visitor. We were joking, we thought, about her bringing us some Ted Drews, and she actually brought the Ted Drews. So, and then I put her to work as a reader. She was voluntold, as someone said. So she says, hello, T and all T quilters. Had a fun day today. Thank you. Judy is here, says hi T and Quilters. Bonita Nance is here. Hello, Miss T and everyone. I just got back from another day of Carolina shop hop. Yes, have fun, Bonita. I hope you're putting something over on Instagram. I'll go over there and read it, hopefully. That's pretty cool. Darlene Crosby says, T, not area. I didn't even read it. Thank you. Denise Sopash says, Miss Part 1, we'll have to watch the replay tomorrow. Yes, we were surprised. We were on here a little over 4 hours, almost 4 hours and 15 minutes. It's like, goodness gracious. You all know I'm doing the 4-star general in two sizes. So 2 different quilts. And I feel like I'm over here swimming in pieces. It's kind of weird. When I cut the first one, when you're just cutting for 1, it seems like the cutting goes pretty fast. Cutting for 2, I'm finding out that I threw some of my pieces away when I was pulling off the excess. I wasn't paying attention when I cut. And also I have like miscut on some particular fabric that I need to cut for background. So it's pretty funny how you think you're doing something and then end up you don't even have all the pieces when you got an excessive number of pieces. So I wasn't paying attention apparently when I was on the retreat cutting, which does make sense because I did most of the cutting Saturday night after I had taught class all day and then did a dinner lecture where they fed me after I've been working all day and the food was really good, and then I went to sleep. I mean, I wanted to go to sleep after I ate, but no, I had to go up and do a lecture. So I was pretty tired. And they had a whole program after that, too. So, yeah. I'll be more careful next month. Kevin the Quilter is here. Hey, Kevin, it's been a while. Greetings, Miss T. He says, long time no see. We need to get together really soon. Hey, T Quilters. Ellen Campbell is back saying, hello, y'all. C-Rack says, and we're back. Kathy's Quilts was here earlier saying hello at Miss T. Kevin says, hey, Miss Bonita, I want a full recap of your shop hop. Yes, I'm hoping it's over there on that Instagram. Francis Jackson says, hi, T and everyone from a rainy and cold Michigan. And I think Francis came in kind of late, too, toward the end. Melissa LePage says, twice in one day. I am so privileged. Kevin says, why is your toilet paper gift on top of your sewing machine? That's right. Let everybody know. This is from Kevin the Quilter. This was my gift today, along with some candy corn socks, which I still got on. Kathy's Quilts and Crafts, talking to Beverly. Elaine Doucette says, oh, your background has really changed. I'm somewhere else right now. Craft with Love is back, says, greetings to you and all. Thought you wasn't going to make it, but thank goodness you made it. Yeah, I just didn't get a chance to put it up early. But I just decided I'd just do a straight go live. Let's see. A lot of comments. Good evening from Decatur, Illinois to T and Quilters from Kathy Klein. Hi, Kathy. L.A. Quinn says, hey, T and all you wonderful quilters. Vicki Lemire's here saying hello. I think she was here earlier for a little bit, too, I think. And Kevin says, hey, Deborah Quilts, thanks for the Ted Drews today. It was great seeing you. At T and Kevin, I really enjoyed the quilting party today. Yeah, that was pretty fun. Kevin is telling Beverly, thanks, Beverly. We did too, laughing out loud. Right. Deborah Savage here. That was retracted. French Singh says, good evening, everyone. Tiffany is back she was in for a bit too, so thanks, Tiffany. She says, hi, T and friends. I'm late, probably laughing out loud. I was across the street. Hey, have fun, girl. Enjoy life. We only get one chance at it. And Vicky says she's got all that last strip on all 105 log cabin blocks. Now that's an accomplishment. Now you get to play with the layout, so that's pretty cool. June says, talking to Vicky T, I thought eating all that good ice cream you might have put you out for the count. Laughing out loud. Yes. I had some stuff I needed to go over with Deborah. I was giving her my Kimberbell stuff to see if she was wanting any of it. And so we were going over Kimberbell stuff. And once she left, I was knocked out. I thought I was not going to go to sleep because I thought if I went to sleep, I probably wasn't going to wake up. But I did go to sleep. I did wake up, thank goodness. I woke up actually about 7 o'clock, actually. And then I just rested for like another 15 minutes because I didn't want to just jump right up. But yes, I did get some sleep, did wake up. I just did not take those last few minutes to schedule the live and move stuff back. I just decided I'd take my time. I watched a YouTube video of somebody else's, and then I got myself something to eat. So I'm all set for tonight. So, but we had fun. Leetta Brian's back in here saying, hey, T and all Teaquilters. Tiffany must have said something about watering some rabbits. That's what Kevin's asking about. So, yeah. So, we're here. I'm just going to prop this phone right here. I've turned you all around a little bit. So, I got at least, this is sometimes where I do my paper crafting when I need to make a quick card while I'm in the middle of sorting things out. So, I am doing that over here. So, let's see. I don't even know where the rest of those, I guess it's on the machine. So, let's go ahead and finish making these blocks here. And we're going to keep rolling on this 4-star Jenner, like really rolling. I gotta take this shoe off though. I went back, put my shoes on because I was just doing regular walking around. So I gotta take that shoe off. All right. So I counted the border blocks. Do you know that if you just did the border blocks on this quilt, we're at over 800 pieces? Ridiculous. So this quilt does have a lot of pieces when we're done, but that's okay. One piece at a time. So we're going to get it all done. And then I'm hoping tomorrow I wake up and decide to wash my hair. Okay. But I got 2 more design boards here with my half stars laid out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that'll be 6, but I think I got 2 more cut out. But if I can at least get the requirement done, that would be great. Okay, so we also have hourglass units to sew. Yeah, this one right here, I'm glad it's a year-long project, especially if you're doing 2 of them. And I kind of like the process too and don't want to rush through it, so I kind of like that part of it too. Yep, Kevin, I feed and give water to wild rabbits because they are so cute. I have like a bird bath style bowl out, and they drink and play to entertain me. That's funny. She's taking care of wildlife. David says, I'm only on long enough to say T. And what's his name? Love y'all. Yeah, I don't know his name either. Wash your hands. We were talking about you earlier today too, because I was actually washing my hands doing the video before I put our lunch on the plate. Ed Kevin, I posted on the Teaquilts main Facebook page. I didn't see it. I'm gonna have to go back in there and look at it, but I didn't see it. I didn't. I checked some stuff because it came up with a notification, but maybe I missed some stuff. So I have to go back and see that. So let's see. Gotta press seams. This feels funny because I feel like normally I have you all a little bit down, so I feel like if just the angle is a little bit weird for right now. I can't remember if you're down or up. I think you're down. And now you're even with me on the surface, so it feels weird. And you're on the table, so when I'm shaking the table, you're gonna shake. And when I go to press, you all won't see me because it's over on the other side. Wondering if I should just go ahead and switch to my boutique blocks because I didn't even have to do much pressing with those, but we'll see. I try not to do too much pressing so I'm not taking that much time when I'm in my normal sewing room. Let's see. Did you say you changed the size of that quilt, the second quilt? Yes, I did. I changed the size of the blocks. A quilt gal says, hi to everyone from rainy Maryland. Deborah Sims Brown says, hi to everyone from Maryland. Darcy says, I have been helping my mom at her place, so I haven't been around. It is great to say hi to all. Well, that's sweet. Got to do what we got to do there. Dolores Phelps says, hello again, T and all Teaquilters. Cynthia Shea says, good evening to all from cold Chicago. Enjoyed the live earlier with thank you. Tinanju Roberts says, greetings all. Greetings all. I'm laughing at Kevin, but I'm not going to read that one. Craft with Love says, T, I showed my husband the price of the gold when he said that we all out of our minds, and he is crazy knowing that this is where his money goes. Laughing out loud. That's funny. That was a great buy. Shoot, that was a great buy. And this time of year, when it's coming up around Christmas time too, they have a lot of bargains. Like I said, they had that 40% off, additional 40% off. I think it was last week. Could have been this week, but I think it was last week. My weeks are running into each other at this point. And I got this black on black. When you do a seam, boy, Is it hard to see? It's a print, but it's black on black. I'm telling you, I cannot see that intersection, so I don't think it's going to matter much when it's sold. I can't see it. I'm glad it's a year-long project too. But let's wash your hands. Yes, Lord. I mean, I guess I could work on this every day, but it's like, oh Lord, there's so many pieces. When you doing two of them anyway, and then I was playing catch up. I got so many extra pieces too because I didn't do the the border stars before. I just cut them, so I'm trying to do that with the next month's block. Even though I'm not behind, I was just trying to get stuff done because technically I didn't have to get the stars done until the end of October. So now I'm actually working completely on the month of November stuff, which our lives, we had somebody ask us that too. Our lives, your October block is due October 31st, so you're not required to do the block or have the block done, and we did already. So you're not behind. That is November's block. But if we came the third Saturday in November telling you how to do your November block, then you'd be rushing to get your pieces done, especially if it's a block that's confusing for you or you need some assistance with. Because remember, we got some beginners doing this too. So we decided to do the month before on our video. So whatever month we go live working on the 4-star generals, then that is for the following month. So October's video has for the block itself was done in September. So that's already on my channel and there for you to look at if you need help with that. And I think I did a lot more teaching on the September video for October block because it was the first month. And now I'm just sewing like regular sew because we're doing all discussions and things like that over in the sew along group. This is Maddie Barnum. Hey T, again. I did get some work done, so thanks to you and Kevin. It was fun. Yes. Maxie Doodle says, I agree, T. I'm enjoying the process too. Don't want to rush. Yes. And then when you get little parts done, and that's why I'm just trying to get this done so I can, because I got so many other things on my schedule. See how I have so many seams I need to press? And they're flat. They're open. It's just that it's a lot of seams. So I can keep sewing, but, you know, it's nice to press in between. But we're going to keep rolling. You know, we know we should press, but what do? We keep going. I could have put a little TV tray over here and put my iron on. I didn't think about that because I didn't come in here, but like I was probably 2 or 3 minutes late coming on, as a matter of fact. So I just didn't get everything. I don't want to pull anything else out because I need to put this stuff up. Go ahead and press this. And I probably won't get much done here either because I am sleepy. But again, some piece reduction is better than no piece reduction. So just getting rid of some of these pieces. And I decided to start putting mine in little baggies, individual baggies by block. So at any time I can go count and see what it is that I need to do. So okay. And Kevin is laughing at all at David. Never forget, oh, what's his name? Yeah. Melissa LePage. Kevin stole David's ID. Now he's just Dave. Right. I've seen that before. You didn't miss it. I just posted it when you read Kevin's comment, laughing out loud. Okay. Thank you, Benita. Melissa says, what's his name called? What's his name? What's his name? And now, well, here we are. Right. Exactly. That's how it happens. Make sure this is turned the right way. We don't want to use jack up in here. Don't want to be using any rippers. Ellen says, I'm so sleepy, I'm just going to listen. Right. It's been a long day. Well, for me, it was a fun day, but it's still been long. But I'm still glad that I get to do some piecing, because otherwise I would be working on a long arm. And then again, I still need to go fold those fat quarters. I should have did that while Kevin was here. Should have put them to work. Deborah would have stayed and helped too. She wouldn't have mind. But I didn't even think about it then, because I had moved everything so that we could sew right here. Because this is where I've been sorting my stuff. But I haven't sorted now in over a month. So right there. He's just looking at me. It's my husband's being spooky. I just happened to look up. He's just standing there looking at me. He's trying to figure out what he's going to eat. Okay, so let's make these flying geese units first. Get those out the way. I'm just going to be reading a few comments here and there, because I do want to get some of this stuff sewed. I'd like to at least get these 3-star blocks sewed. That's not asking a lot for 2 hours. Especially if I was by myself. This piece off. Let's see. Melissa T, did you double the size for your second quilt? No, I didn't double it. Hello, Miss T. I never got my notification. Wow. So Katrina didn't get hers either. So, like I said, you might want to go over there and play with the notification bell, cut it off, and then wait a few seconds and then cut it back on and see if that helps. I don't know how YouTube does that, and I have no control over that button. But I do know people say that they don't get notifications of when people are live, so check that bell. Even if it's lit, uncheck it and then recheck it. So I want to make sure I don't close up my seam, so hopefully everything will be well. Okay. One half of this, well, one part of the seam. It's 1/3. All right. We got one star that I had started earlier. I tend to chain piece while I'm working on other pieces, and I chain piece on another block. So by the time I get to the next block, I got a few pieces sewed. So that block went fast. All right, that needs to be completely pressed. So this is the half star, but this it's not going to show anymore because I got to press this whole block. So it's not going to even go up on the board with all those seams. The parts wouldn't even go back up on the board. Thanks, Tiffany. She's giving you all the link to join the Facebook group. I'll pin that message for you all. Thank you so much. And reminder to answer the 3 questions when you ask to join the group so that you can gain admittance. If you just say, yes, I'm a quilter, I don't tend to let you in unless I know your name. So, yeah, that would be why, because we got spammers trying to get into our groups to give us stuff we don't want. And they steal people's profile, so I've stopped going to look at people's profile. If you don't answer the questions, I give you like 24 hours sometimes. If you don't answer the questions, I just go ahead and delete the request to join the group. No, we don't want to use that. That's the seam ripper. We don't want any parts of that. So one little flying geese unit goes on this side. I need to close this up. It's dangerous. And press this one. Let's see. Sandra Agra says, woo, I made it. Time got away from me. And she's reminding people to hit the thumbs up. Also, Darcy saying, remember, give T a thumbs up. We love her. Melissa says, thanks. What's your name? I try. Talking to Kevin, who says she's a hoot. Let's see. I'm so far behind in these comments. Annette's back says, I'm here. Got no notice. For the most part, my lives are Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then and that's just for 1 hour on Wednesdays. And then on Saturdays, I come back at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time where I do the sew and chat from 8 to 10 p.m. And then on the 3rd Saturdays of the month, that's our target date. It could change. That's when Kevin and I will do a sew along, starting around noonish if we're not out shop hopping or something like that in somebody's garage, buying their stash. We'll be here. So that's the plan for the next year. We'll see. If I make any changes to it, I will most definitely notify you. So, so you can see a little bit of the board. Hopefully it won't mess me up having it turned like that. Let's see. Phyllis G says, hi T and everyone. Been watching. Forgot to say hello. Hey Phyllis. And let's see. Who else is in here? Leisha Moe is back. She says, hello again, Miss T and all Teaquilters. Good to be with everyone again. So now that's ready. Over there, we still got half square triangles that need to be pieced. One. And I still got the one more block to make for the month of November that I started earlier. And I also have I'm doing 4 at a time on the border units. So I have all 4 of those to do as well. I got them cut. They're in their baggies. I need 3 star blocks. Kevin did 1 for me earlier today. So I still have 3 more. Found out when Kevin was doing that I need to cut from a second fabric I thought I had cut, and I did not. I used the same fabric twice. So that's not going to work. Unless I want it all on the same fabric. I guess I could, but that's not what I was intending to do. So I'll recut those tomorrow maybe. We'll see. Whenever. They're not due to the end of November, so it'll be all right. But I'm just sewing what I can sew. I had laid out another border unit and saw that part of my piece had got chopped off at the go machine, so I didn't have the fabric on there right. So I got to recut that one too. Trying to be skimpy with the fabric and didn't put it under there enough. Holla holla. Denise Soap Patches reminding people to hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Sandra says, I sure did enjoy the live this afternoon. Lots of laughter and real fun. Thank you, Miss T and Mr. Kevin. You're welcome. It was our pleasure. Cynthia says, hi, Miss T. Back again. Yes, it was fun and fun day. Thank you. Kevin says, you know, I would have been happy to help our queen of scraps. Yeah, with the fabric. I was surprised when we were on here for 4 hours. And my main goal at that point was trying to get a little bit of sleep. So let's see. I got about a little under 2.5 hours of sleep, somewhere around there. So some sleep's better than no sleep. I think these got to point into each other. I put stuff back on the board so I can make sure I'm orientating stuff right, although that didn't work earlier today when I had laid out my first block. I tend to use that block to lay out the next blocks, and the first block was laid out wrong. So I had to do some ripping. Not the fun part of sewing, but sometimes necessary. All right, so now we're ready to make these 4 patches. Yeah, making sure everything's right with those. I enjoyed you and Kevin today from Leetta. Thank you, Leetta. It's quite a few things I need to be doing, but I got so much stuff on my agenda that I don't do it. Oops. Push you back up there. And these pieces are a little bit bigger. It just takes a little time to work with little small pieces, but they're not so bad once you get used to them. And the blocks look so cute. The little 6-inch blocks look so cute. All right, let's see. I think we're ready. Oh, I gotta sew this in. I'm thinking I'm ready to pin, but I'm not. I'm thinking I was ready to put my rows together, but I gotta sew the other seam of the 4 patches. Let me go ahead and open this up. Looks so pretty. The hourglass block. It ain't gonna stay. Kevin says, Miss you, Leetta. Tell Miss T to press. Tell Mr. T quilts to press for you. Yeah, right. Kevin, yeah, right. He don't even know what press is, remember? That's your issue, not mine. I'm not asking. Trying to make sure I keep my seams open here. I think I'm going to sew this other seam on this other 4-patch unit. And then I'm going to see if I can get caught up with the comments because I don't even know how far behind I am. Let's see. I'm at 8:30 and y'all at 8:45. That's a lot. That is a lot. Yes, it was last week and I didn't order anything because I needed accessories for my Studio 2 as well as my Go Me. So I was ordering soon and will be using your link. I just have to go to your channel link. Yeah, they're in the my AccuQuilt link is always in any of my YouTube descriptions videos of the description box of any video, I'm sorry. So it's always available for you. I do have them listed in my Teaquilts group as well on Facebook. So, but it's always there. And you can still use all of your coupon codes, double discounts. They don't take anything away from what you can use. So you're not going to ever pay more using my link. All right, I'm just going to catch up on some of these comments here. Slide back. I'm still sitting on 3 chair pillows, okay? Chair cushions. I'm so far behind. Sue says, got halfway through the live from this afternoon. I'm still in stitches. May I pretty please ask that next month Kevin gets a mic so he's so soft-spoken. My system will only, I'm using my iPad, and I only have 1 input port. So I'll give Kevin my mic. He can be the moderator next month. I'm sure he's thrilled with that one. Yeah, right. That's not going to happen. But I can only use 1 mic because my machine only has 1 input port. Denise says, I'm falling asleep. We'll catch up with you later. Good night. She's probably long gone. Tiffany's going to her friends and going to relax in a hot tub. Yes. I'm here but driving, so can't chat. So that's pretty cool. Have fun, Tiffany. Ella Odom says, good evening, Miss T and Quilters. Wind Sprinter, hello, T and everyone. Kevin says, Sue, you are hilarious. Me, soft-spoken, laughing out loud. And Knuckles, message retracted. Crafty with Love says, is this the regular group on the Facebook, Tiffany? Sheila Willis, good evening, everyone, and T. Hi, Sheila. Deborah Quilts, I guess you need your voluntold there. Yes. I'm 15 minutes behind. You're right. Connie, I need a new pair of snips. Any brands you folks like? Current pair I have are just cheap blades, cross over each other, and get stuck. I like my Fiskars. Fiskars has, not Fiskars, my Ginghams. Gingham, they have a black pair that are great. I used those for years. I have like 3 pair of them. And then Bonita also bought me this pair of snips. You can put your finger in it. That's also from a Ginger, and I like them too. I use this more than I do the other ones. The other ones are lighter weight, but I do like that even though this is a little heavier, that I got the finger thing. Sometimes I put them in there. Sometimes I just hold it and snip. It just depends on how many pieces I got to snip. But I like both pair, and they've never had to be sharpened. I got like 2 or 3 of the black snips that they sell. Never had to have them sharpened. Bonita sent these at least 2 years ago at least. And I use them every day, all day, for the most part. Because they're in my regular sew kit. And so when I move, I always just take my whole sew kit with me. So they mostly go everywhere I go. Yeah, I love my Gingers. Don't have any issues with them. But I'm sure there are some other brands out there people will probably tell you about too. Kevin says, I'm literally laughing out loud. If we ain't somewhere shop hopping in someone's garage. Laughing out loud. You got that right. Patricia Coluccio. Hey, T. Hi, Patricia. She says, just got done watching the earlier live. Thank you so much. Craft says, T, I see your ATG gun is peeking out. Was you crafting a little when you was at retreat? Nope. This is just, I hope this don't fall off. This is where I normally make my greeting cards. This is not where I normally make my greeting cards, because this is not supposed to be where I'm supposed to be. But when I need a quick greeting card or something, I come here because I haven't had a chance to make any. I have not made greeting cards in batches for a long time, and when I do, they're mostly just birthday or thank you cards, and I just make them all sort of kind of similar but the same. So I haven't been doing a whole lot of paper crafting. Cynthia Field says, good evening, everyone. Looks like you and Kevin had fun. Like you always. Thank you. Janet Mackerel, hello, T and all. Monty Peep, ooh, caught you live. This is Sherry in New Jersey. Hey, welcome. Kraft says, Kevin, that is the only way to live with one's garage stuff. Got that right. Cynthia says, T, you are like the bunny in the battery commercial. Just keep on going. I did take a nap, though. I took a quick nap, and I wanted a whole lot more hours of sleep. It's funny how when you're not supposed to be sleeping, that's when you get the best sleep. I'm going to go now. That's Tiffany reaching to the hot tub. Yes. Claudette Betty says, hello, T and everyone. She's back. She came in here earlier. And Knuckles says, hi, everyone. Can't stay long. Have to get back to work. Damali J. Hi, I'm here from Maryland. And she was here earlier. Kevin says, Kevin can only sew and be funny from time to time. Sorry, Sue. Laughing out loud. Careful Love says, T, do you always press your seams open, or does it depend on what designs you'll be doing? It depends on what designs I'm going to be doing. If I have a lot of seams, a lot of pieces, I just tend to like to press my seams that way. I don't think I've had any quilts that I can recall that are like wearing bad because I do that. I am one of those people that like to quilt a little bit more densely. So I think that might be why I don't have any issue too. I don't like do big open airy stuff. I like my quilts to be quilted like old-fashioned looking quilts. So that's what I do. I don't press everything open though. It just, again, depends on the project. If I'm doing strip piecing, stuff like that, I'm pressing to one side. If I'm doing just 4-patch only blocks, then I press to the sides. Mostly what dictates that is when I'm doing normally flying geese, but I'm trying the new method from Dave. It ain't David. I don't know why I'm saying David. I don't know. But I'm doing the method that was shown in Jordan's video, the mysterious quilt, where she pressed one to one way and one the other way on her flying geese. But other than that, I'm pressing the seams open. So I'm just trying that method out. We'll see. It's border blocks, and we'll see if it works. And I'll probably end up going back to pressing some of the seams open. So, Kevin's always trying to help me. He's sending me stuff on the messenger. So thank you, Kevin. But I did pull that one out, thank goodness. Sue says, is that like a regular dining room table you're working on? That Bernina looks like it's a beast. It is. This thing is huge. I couldn't even see over this machine, and I'm sitting on 3 pillows. I said, this is ridiculous. But this is a it's a cover on a dining room table. I would never put my sewing machine on a dining room table straight. But it's one of those, you can get covers made for your tables. That's what this is. And it's all beat up. If I had my table out, it would be beat up like this mat is. It's a really thick mat that's magnetic, and the pieces all stick together. So. Annette says, I'm an hour ahead, 9:48 here, no nap. Baked pumpkin bread, had to explain to my daughter why I was laughing. Quilting party! That's funny. And Jenna says, today was off the chain. Laughter is good for the soul. So thank you, everybody. I got caught up, thank goodness. It took me quite a few minutes to get caught up. So we'll see how long that lasts. Probably not long. So let's start sewing these rows, these pieces into rows, these units I just created. I need to press this seam open. Got to snip the connecting chain here on my 4-patch. Amelia Rubio's here saying, hello, T and everyone. Hi and welcome. All right, this is the top. Me and my lack of pressing here. I did move some of the batik fabric earlier when I moved the machine in here. So I still got some fabrics and stuff I need to sort out of that room. But I just put all the batik fabric in a bag because I'm going to be going through that. Cutting off pieces. I think I'm just going to make some little batik bags with that. Let me see. This right here. Oops, got to clip the connecting thread again. See, this thing has just went crazy. Let's see. If you have forgotten your thumbs up. Make sure you do it. Thank you, Darcy. Hello, Sin Forest. She says hello, Teaquilters. Sending her love emojis. Okay. Put these two together. I don't even know. It's an hour in. Okay. I'm like, what time is it, girl? Got to keep track of time. And we are going to get off here on time this time. Hopefully. I say that now and then, other things happen. But that's my intent. So I can go chill. I don't even think I'm going to do any reading on social media. I think I'm just going to chill. I've been moving ever since I got up. Okay. I'll text you in a minute. And that says that Kevin would like to share, but by the time FedEx got it to you, it would be stale. She's talking about her pumpkin bread. That's sweet. Okay. Janet says, cracking up seeing your TP sitting up there on your machine. That's right. Kevin says, I'm going to have to hit the hay quilters. It's been fun being with you all. Nighty night. And Knuckles says, good night, everyone, and be blessed. So good night to Ann and Kevin. Laughing out loud anyway. Thanks, Annette. That's sweet. Beverly Aiken says good night to Ann. A lot of people saying good night. Deborah was saying good night to Kevin, not good night, period. Barbara Polk says, hi again, everyone. Sin says, I'm multitasking, just brought home some enchiladas for dinner. I'm listening. Yes, eat it, girl, because I had stopped talking to people while I was eating earlier today. When I'm eating, it's like I just love just to eat. Let me send Kevin something right quick. Okay, so I got that. I forgot to talk to him about that before he left, so he needs to know that before he goes to sleep. Let me bring you all back with the comments. Miss T, have you heard any more from the place where you are having a retreat next year? No. And that's one of the things I keep forgetting to call. I had called them twice, never got a response, and then I have not called back again. And my intent was to just call the main number and ask somebody if they were just having any retreats, because I don't know if they're even open for any retreats yet. So, because if they're not, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to send an email and cancel the retreat, and then I'm going to have to do a smaller group at the other place where we were in May. So I do need to do that. So thanks for that reminder, Benita. Because I do want to have a retreat. If it's not there, it's going to be somewhere else. So, okay. I need something else to sew on. I think we can move this board. Bring this board up. Next one I got laid out. Craft says, tell T, my husband is being nosy again. He said that he see that I don't know how to ask short questions like the other quilters, laughing out loud. I don't know why he is looking at what I'm saying. That is funny. Hey, I don't mind. I'm sewing and chatting. That's the whole purpose here. So you go right ahead. I might abbreviate people's names after I keep reading them, but I'm okay with you commenting. I got strings all over these pants. Just don't leave me out, T, when you get your retreat together. See, I've already got the retreat. It's already filled with people. I think I even have a wait list. So if you want to be put on the retreat wait list, please email me, because what I may end up doing is having 2 retreats that are going to be smaller. So it won't be one big grand retreat like I had intended. So that means I'm going to have to knock some stuff out that I was trying to do. But the main thing is that we get to meet each other. We get to have fun. We get to sew. We will do some shop hopping. I was trying to do something else that I'm not even going to say because I don't want people to be disappointed. But I was trying to add in some other things, and I'm not going to be able to do that if I'm only doing it, if I'm going to be doing it twice in such a short period because of the cost that would be. So there's just no way I could do that twice. So we're going to see what happens. So if you are interested in retreat, please let me know. And I probably will only have like 10 spots at each retreat because I may have to have a helper come too. So that I'm not doing everything by myself. So that means I might have a spot for 2 more people, basically is what I'm saying. And I do have a wait list, but maybe people can't make those dates when I have to change it up too. So I'm going to try to keep the original dates, but if they're already taken, then I can't do that. But first, I need to contact the center and see what's going on there, because I need a definite place. I don't need somebody that's going to cancel on me again at the last minute after I've set everything up. And I think that's why I'm not like real excited about setting up retreat again, because I had it all set up, had pricing figured out based on what they wanted. It was a complicated pricing system that this center has. So I finally got it all figured out, because if I'm short on the back end and they don't bill you the entire thing until it's all over, because they want to make sure your numbers are adding up, then I'm stuck with the bill. And I don't want to be stuck with anything that I didn't buy. If I bought it, then that's fine. But I don't like surprises, so I try to make sure the bill is going to be right. And so I don't know if the place has even gone up in price, because normally every year the cost of retreat changes a little bit. Nobody has contacted me, so I know nothing. But again, I did explain that they had a new employee doing this. The one that I set it up with originally, she retired, which I was happy for her. It's just that we don't have good contact right now. I'm taking this machine back to the shop because I don't like this stitching. I got my tension up and it's still not what I want it to be. And it was stitching fine before I took it to the shop. But every now and then, I'm just getting like weird stitching. And it was just the adjustment that the guy made. Well, he needs to unadjust it. He needs to go back. I will be taking this back. And I will be taking him some sewing samples too for him to look at. Alright, we got number 2 done. Still not going to be pressed. It looks a hot mess on the back. But all my seams are the right way. I just made sure I didn't flip any of them. But it looks a hot mess back here. So it is not going to lay flat on a design board. But I will do that later. At least the block is sewn. Darcy says, love those colors. When I was a teenager, my mom let me sponge paint my room red, black, and white. That's awesome. And I've just added in gray as well. Ellen says, I want in on retreat. Need to email me. And that's because all of that stuff is at my desktop computer. I don't want to make sure I don't miss anybody. So that's why I tell everybody, if you want something, you need to email me, because that's where all of my paperwork takes place. I don't have it on my iPad. I don't have it on my phone. It's on my desktop computer. So you have to email me for retreat to be on. And you're going to be put on a wait list. And like I said, if people that's already on the list can't make it, don't want to come to retreat because of the changes that we're making, that might be an option too. So you just never know. You might be number 10 on a wait list and you can get into the retreat. You just never know how it's going to go. Doing my least favorite chore, emptying the dishwasher. Yes, that's T. That's what I'm doing next. That's Diane. All right, I think I'm caught up. Doing pretty good with the chat. So, half square triangles it is. I didn't get to sew too many pieces on this one. I think when I sew the star blocks, I get a lot more pieces. The full, like if I'm doing the block for the month, I get more pieces sewed than I do making these blocks. 2, and this is the last one. I was in a group that was going when COVID canceled it out. I don't remember the list of names of people that were on the list, but I definitely have that list. I did not delete it. It's still in my my Microsoft Excel sheet. If your name was on the original list and you got a refund from me for retreat, then that's the way you'll know if you was on the list. If Teajuana sent you a refund for retreat. If I didn't send you a refund for retreat, you weren't on that original list. So I would be double checking to make sure I send an email to be put on there just in case. But most of you all, I know Bonita's on there. I know that Claudette's on there. I know a few names. I don't remember your name, Ellen, for some reason. But I could be mistaken. I can't remember all 18 names that are on that list. So, but I would double check to make sure myself. Yep, let's make these little 4 patches. All right. Annie RW says, hi T, are you making a bob block from AccuQuilt? Yes and no. I did cut this with my AccuQuilt die cutting system. Yes, I did. But it's a part of a sew along that I'm doing with the 4-star generals. It's a quilt pattern that we're doing. But I updated the pattern to the AccuQuilt cut instructions. All right, so this one goes there. So this one next. Okay, so Ellen, I didn't think so, but she said she didn't get a refund because everybody that was on that retreat, that was slated for the original retreat that was scheduled for 2020, which seems kind of long ago now when we were scheduling, because we were scheduling it actually 2 years ago, 2019, this time of the year. Those people had paid for their entire retreats, and I was refunding money back because it was canceled at the last minute, because we thought they kept saying they were going to let us have it, because nobody thought COVID was going to close stuff down as long as it did, but that's not what happened. So when that happened, I refunded everybody's money. But just send me an email. If you're already on the list, I'm going to just confirm that you're either on the list or you are already on the list. It's okay if you send me a put me on the list again thing if you want to be comfortable knowing that you're on the list. I had a few people that canceled that were on the list because they had other stuff coming up in 2022, other big retreats. Some people were taking cruise trips and stuff, so that was pretty cool. Hi, Debbie. She says, hi, T. Love the colors. Thank you so much. And Sin says, and everyone drat. I hate being late to the party. Okay, I was going to fill in an open spot. Annie says, okay, great. I have a serious question. I can't seem to get my AccuQuilt blocks to be the size stated, even when using a scant stitch, so I can't square up my blocks. What am I doing wrong? Probably not sending, well, 2 things I would do before I even cut is make sure that I'm cutting fabric that's been starched. And if it's a loosely woven fabric, you might want to use heavier starch. I find that loosely woven fabrics, they tend to move a little bit when you're going under their cutting, so they could be a little bit short on one end because the fabric is moving as it's cutting. And then number 2 is the lengthwise grain of the fabric. It has less stretch, and that should be what's going. The lengthwise grain should go through your cutter this way, parallel to your belly button. So that means you may have to do some strategic cutting. Like you need to know what size piece you need to put on your die to cut. And then I cut my strips the lengthwise, that width, and then I just fan fold them back and forth on the length to whatever width I need to make it go for that lengthwise to go through the way that I'm going to send it through that board. And that's really important if you've got like a Go Me that can only take 6-inch dies, and you can only turn a die one way sometimes to put it through. Yeah, but that's what I do. So that's 2 things that you can check. And then the third thing is your seam allowance. Once you sew a seam, get a ruler and measure your seam allowance. If your seam allowance is too fat, take it apart, resew it back together with a smaller seam. If with Teaquilts systems, you should be using a full 1/4 inch. I don't use a skint. I just make sure it's a 1/4 inch. And then every now and then I still double check myself. Make sure that I'm not doing something, or if you change machines, just because you have a 1/4 inch foot don't mean that that's what you're actually sewing. So check your seam. It's only one of those 3 things that's your problem. Hopefully that helps, Annie. My blocks are perfect fine, and I've cut in 2 different sizes. So I don't have any issues with it. Thread can make a difference too. That's from Sin. I just use masterpiece thread to piece with, so I don't have a problem with that. I use one of the more thinner threads, but that hasn't really affected mine too much. The type of thread, but I don't, because I will at sometimes, if I need a color thread for some reason, I will revert back to Coast and Clark because they got plenty colors and I got them accessible to me because that's all that was out at the time. And so you don't throw thread away unless it goes bad. So I do still have Coast and Clark in my repertoire. Betsy says 88 people joining the conversation. And I got 34 on my phone because it's always messed up. My phone, once it doesn't reset itself for some reason when I'm, once I go in, which is weird. Because I'm in here just like you all on my phone as a visitor, but I guess they know it's me. They're like, we know who you are. All right, so let's go ahead and stitch these flying geese units. Well, start piecing because I still got to do my hourglass. Yes, I will try it. I have the Go Big and Go and never truly had success with perfect size blocks. So yeah, I have all of their cutting systems. So, and I'm always just switching up which ones I'm working on. I work based on my what I need to cut, if it's just a few pieces or a lot of pieces. Because some of my dies I've got duplicated because of having them in the cubes. And at one point I was like giving them to friends or getting rid of them, and then I decided you need to stop doing that because sometimes I have die cutting class and then I can take more than one machine and people can cut. Just teaching people how to cut their scraps. And so people can borrow some of my dies sometimes. And then I've got more than one die that people can borrow if they want the same size. So I stopped giving them away or selling them, stuff like that, my duplicates. All right. Sin says she meant thread brand. Okay. And I knew that's what you meant. Annie says, I use Masterpiece thread as well. Teresa says, T, what size will your second quilt finish at? I don't know yet. I don't know. I think it's like closer to 100 inches in length. I'm but don't. That's I haven't done that type of calculation. I just made bigger blocks, and I tend to like square quilt, so I may end up doing something on the sides of the quilt as well. I don't know what that's going to be. It could be just additional straight borders or whatever. Who knows what I'll do. If I feel like I don't want to piece anymore toward the end, then I might. Now they out here popping firecrackers or something again. I heard them earlier today, but they had stopped. Was I ever so grateful, and now they're back. Mm. What kind of retreat are you talking about, and where is it? It would be in the, uh, when I say St. Louis, we just say St. Louis for metropolitan St. Louis. That could also be Illinois. That could be a different county of Missouri. So it would be in the St. Louis metropolitan area. So that's Missouri, Illinois area. And it would be an actual sewing event. The retreats I schedule for Teaquilts are always 5-night stay. And the reason why I do that is because by the time people get here, if you're driving long distance, we talked about this. I had one retreat before. 2020 was supposed to be our second retreat. I do a retreat every even year. And the people at that retreat decided that they liked the 5 days. So you have to almost experience it. It might seem like a 5-day retreat is a lot. But if you're going somewhere for 2 nights just for a weekend, it seems like it goes too fast. And then you're backpacking again and you haven't really met anybody. And then by the time we're trying to do shop hops and have events, like sometimes I might teach a class or something like that, teach a technique. And then you look up, it's time for you to pack and go back home, and you haven't even sold anything. So the people that were there like that it was a 5-day retreat. It goes Tuesday through Sunday. You arrive on Tuesday, you leave Sunday. So you don't spend Sunday night. And it's worked out, and so that's what I'm scheduling, the retreat. And that's basically all the information at this point about retreat. And I don't know what the retreat's going to cost because I don't have any, nobody is talking to me. I don't have any information right now. So, and if I go to another facility, all of those numbers are going to change. So that would be completely different as well. So, but we're going to figure it out soon because people need to start paying. What I do have people do is do like a deposit down so that I can, well, you know, centers are different. The one where I went to, I only had to put a deposit half until after retreat was over. The remaining balance, whatever that is, until after retreat was over. Whereas this other facility, you have to pay for the entire space. So you pay all the money at registration. So yeah. And so it's all coming out of my pocket when I book. So yeah, that's a little bit different, and I don't like that because it's 100% on me. But you want to do, you got to do what the places want you to do. So I have no way around that. I may not like it, but it's not my business. But I like the facility. Love the lady and everything. And I can fully understand why she's doing it. So it's not that I'm knocking her policies. I just don't like it from a person that's organizing the retreat. Has nothing else to do with it. Um, Ellen is also meaning to talk to Annie, not seeing, but she's saying also make sure that your blades are good, that they are cleaned out of threads, and only cut 6 layers at a time. Hope this helps. So thanks, Ellen, for your tip. But yeah, you should only, they recommend you not cutting more than 6 layers of fabric. And I do at times clean my blades out when stuff is sticking. Sometimes when stuff is sticking, oh, and let me give you another tip, Annie. Sometimes I will just take a piece of paper and put on top of my stack. And then for some reason that helps too with the cutting to help, because it's got that paper on top that's not going to stretch. And so sometimes that helps my cuts too. I used to would keep, when I wasn't starching like I should, I would keep warm and natural batting paper, and I just have it rolled up. And if I need to use paper on something, if my dies are sticking, like they're sticking down in the blades, I find that paper kind of prevents some of that from happening. So you can try putting a piece of paper on top of your cuts too to see if that helps. So hopefully you're still here. Hopefully you're getting the extra tips. All right. So we're getting to our goal. One more seam and goal is accomplished, at least the 3 bordered blocks. So that means I'll end up with 6. You can't see the 2 right here. I'll end up with 6 border blocks. I have 8 cut out, but if I can get the 6 sewed, God is good. And I don't have any other pieces out, so I'm just going to sew on some 2.5-inch squares. I just sometimes keep under the arm of my machine to sew on. So we're going to do that. It's got some fabric in here that's older than me. Oh, CN Forrest says your project board is great. I admire your organization. Yes. And I have, like, I'll lay out, I have lots of these. I got them in different sizes. And so these are the Lori Holt project boards, which you can look at a video on YouTube and know how to make them. And instead of using fabric, I was just lazy. Last year when I was making my Cleopatra fans quilt, or whenever that was, I don't know if that was this year or last year. I think it was last year. I didn't feel like sewing fabric and gluing fabric, and however you're going to get the fabric on the boards. I didn't feel like doing that, so I just used tape. And my tape is, it was the cheap little masking tape from the dollar store, so it's not holding up the greatest, but hey, it's still on here a year later, so I'm still rolling with it. When it decides it don't want to hold up there anymore, I'll make some changes. Until then, I'm okay. So I've got like 4 smaller design boards, and then Kevin made this bigger one that he just gave me when I was at his house last month. So yeah, that's cool. Oh, okay. So Ellen was talking to Sin. So sorry about that. I thought she was talking to Annie, giving Annie advice. Okay. Annette says, at Annie 1, I have the same issue. Sometimes it is the fabric goods that are dense weave plus thread. You can lose 1/8 inch per seam using a scant 1/4 inch. So, yeah, I guess it does depend on your fabric, I guess. But I mostly use just regular cottons. Like, I don't use homespuns. I use batiks and regular cotton. So those are the only 2 types of cottons that I use. And mine's come out fine without any modifications. And I do sew a full 1/4 inch seam. I just make sure that 1/4 inch seam don't get fat. Because if you get fat, it's going to be a problem. Make sure. I can't see. When it gets to be this black, for some reason right here, I can't see black on black. In my sewing room, I don't have this issue, and I think because I'm sitting right up under the light, and I'm not sitting right up under the light here. And I think my bulbs are probably about to go bad because they were brighter, and then before Kevin came in, and I noticed that they had dimmed when we came in here. So my bulbs could be going out in here. Who's that knocking at my door? Laughing out loud. Somebody's knocking at my door. Somebody's ringing my bell. There was a song like that. Somebody's knocking at my door. Somebody's ringing my bell. Do me a favor. Open the door and let them in. Yeah, I'll go back to my quilting job. I told you all I cannot carry a tune in a bucket. And that's number 3. So at least goal is accomplished, what I laid out. Okay. So I got 3 of these that I need to press. And all right, Annie. Having those mini boards is such a big help in seeing the pattern come together. Yes. And I see your comment, Annie. You still being sassy, T? Not me. Carissa's back. Alan Campbell says, well, I have my vaccination card. Or the retreats annual. Yes, I usually only cut 2 to 4 layers. The retreats are actually biannual, I guess, every other year. I've never been to a retreat. I don't fit in with Gil, so I'm assuming I wouldn't fit in at one of those. I don't have any. Uh-oh, I lost my chat box. Y'all know what that means. I gotta reboot. I'm spooling on my phone, which I rebooted before I even started earlier today, and now it's back to doing it again. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I may look like it came back. Okay, so she was asking about the retreats. So every other year, I think I answered that. I've never been to a retreat. I don't fit in with Gil, so I'm assuming I wouldn't fit in at one of those. I don't have any real friends who sew, let alone quilt. And that's, Carissa, that's for you to decide. But I feel like at retreats, you know, things is a little bit different than when you're at a Gil meeting, because everybody is at retreat for the same goal purpose, is having fun, getting some sewing done, some shop hopping, meeting new people temporarily you don't have to talk to again if you don't want to. I think it's a little bit different to me at retreats. And even the people that I see all the time at retreat, it's just totally different when you can just go somewhere and you're with like people and you don't have other people bothering you because they know you're not at home. So even your family tend to leave you alone a little bit when you're on retreat unless it's an emergency. So it just depends. Cap says, T, I am so ready for your retreat. I know it's going to be fun time of the year whenever it's going to take place. Yes. Make sure your grain is going the long ways. I've told her about that one, Diane, into the cutter. T, what are you sewing? Still working on these blocks, girl. I just sold 3 of the half stars for the 4-star general. And he says, I'm sure I'm not starching enough because honestly, I watch YouTube AccuQuilt Live every week and the ladies never seem to stress starching, but it makes so much sense. Yeah. They will soon because most of the tips and things that they're giving you on AccuQuilt has been done by Ebony Love, people like myself who've been using the system. AccuQuilt came out making these dies, and at one point they weren't even quilters, so they're learning as they go too. That's one of the reasons why, like, when they come out with complex dies, I never buy them when they first come out. I wait for them to do like a second run on them, because I figure by that time so many quilters have sold with them, I know they're going to work now. So I do that as well. Yes, it was Cleo was this year. Goodness gracious, if Cleo was this year, ooh, Lord, I thought it was a long time ago. Thanks, everyone, for the tips. I'm feeling more confident in keeping this system and a ton of dies. Yeah, you just got to figure out what the issue is, and I think it might be starching and how you're running your fabric through the system. Some people get confused on which way the lengthwise grain goes and how you cut it and place it on the board. And starch from Diane. I use good quality cottons and batiks only. I think it may be the starching that has been the issue. Carissa, I think it would be fun to have Kevin T, Tiffany, and Eric Oda all do a retreat together. I come to that for sure. That's funny. Eric is a hoot. My iron died, so I have to find one for right now real soon. Just get a cheap one, girl, to keep going. Go to Walmart. They work just as fine as the expensive irons, in my opinion. And they probably will last a lot longer because, Ellen, you are a workhorse too, like myself. And my iron can be on all day when I'm sewing on a Saturday. So I fully understand how you use an iron. I have bought like 2 generators from Rowenta. The first one was no good. And I bought a second one. It was good. It was just that it was taking up a lot of my space when I was trying to iron in my small room. So I put it up. And I haven't brought that thing out in years. I wonder if it still even works. Annie, T, is that a roll of toilet paper on top of your machine? Is that there for a reason? It was a gift today from Kevin. We were on earlier today doing a sewing chat for the 4-star generals blocks. And Kevin gave me this roll of toilet paper. So I just plopped it right on top of my machine. That's the only reason. Carissa, go to the junk store. Ellen, there's usually some pretty good ones for a backup for cheap. That's a good idea too. Thank you, Carissa. She's telling Annie. Bessie says, do me a favor, open the door and let them in. Right. She was singing the song too. It's like he's singing, but he's talking. It's kind of a weird song. Diane 57 says, you were doing good, Miss T. Yes. Got some stuff done and kept up with chat today. Melissa says, Paul McCartney. I don't know if she's saying angel wings or and wings. Okay. But, so it's Paul McCartney. Ah, I lost it again. I don't want to have to reboot the last 20 minutes. Come on, chat. Come on. Yeah, it's just spooling now. I went to refresh my YouTube, so I'm going to have to reboot it. Restart. We got 20 minutes, and I'm mostly going to be chatting anyway, so. I still got bags upon bags, because these are my 3 blocks. I got 1 block done that Kevin did, so these are my other 3 blocks, but I need to cut fabric for 2 of them, because I used the same fabric twice instead of using it, like I'm using 2 different fabrics for my background, and I must have thought that I had cut a piece of each, and I didn't. I cut 2 of the same fabric and cut the same fabric, so I need to recut that for 2 blocks, so I didn't even sew the other one. And then this is my other block for the batiks that I need to do, because I did 3 earlier today. And yeah, I thought I was rebooting, but it did not. Let me do this again. Restart. And so I've got lots of pieces. At least got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got at least 10 more things to sew, because technically I'm doing 4 stars a month. Since I'm making the 4 blocks, I'm using the same fabrics from the 4 blocks, cutting out pieces. So instead of me doing 3 of the border blocks every month, I'm doing 4, just because I already got the fabrics out and they're pressed. So I still got 10 baggies up here. And matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, let me get I have my book down on the floor with the instructions and stuff. Whoops, I got my book upside down because stuff is falling out. My sashing pieces. Turn it right side up. I might need to put something on my binder so I know what's the right side up. Put a paper clip or something on it, one of those big jumbo clips, so I know what's the top. Let's see. This thing came in here and opened Facebook, which I am not trying to do. And it's still spooling when I come back in. It's just weird. Skip. Okay, let's go back. Sorry, couldn't help it. That's Sin. She's talking to Annie. Darcy says, I thought she sounded good also. That's from Diane. Say T, you sound, you're doing good with the singing. No. No. T, your tone is okay. Teresa says, you have a lovely singing voice, no joke. I barely even sing happy birthday to folks. I'm back there just cheering and clapping. I'm actually going to borrow my daughter's first, then find one. That's good, Ellen. She's talking about the iron. I give you one if I were closer. I have 3. June, I only sing when I mow the lawn. T has a great voice. Yeah, right. Times to thumbs up. We're missing 12. That's Sin. That's funny. And she's even thanking Carissa for the thought. And then Diane 57 goes, Carissa, if I can go, I'm your sewing buddy. She says she's only 6 hours from T. And that's kind of how I plan, like, what trips I'm going to do. If I can drive it in a day, I normally don't mind driving 8 hours. I'm okay with that if it's an 8-hour road trip. But when it starts to get longer than that, even though I have driven from Missouri to Houston, Texas in one day. I have driven here to New Orleans in one day. 12 hours is a long time. It's just a little bit long, but I do it if I need to. Melissa LePage. Let's see. No, did I miss something? I'm in Indiana, close to Rossville. Melissa LePage go, hostess gift. I don't know what that's about. I got a cordless Panasonic iron gifted to me from another long armor YouTuber that I sew with. It's been on since 9 a.m. Yes. Annie says, I thought I was missing a great tip to help balance my tension or something. Laughing out loud. Nope. I am 6.5 hours from Chicago / Indiana. Ellen, oh, they're asking her if she's in, are you in Tennessee? Nope. Annie, do you have a tension problem? Deborah Sims says, I finished my blocks for November. Tomorrow I will start the border blocks. That's pretty cool. Do you have a Facebook page for uploading pics of projects and stuff? Yes, I do, Annie. It's Teaquilts LLC on Facebook. Would love to have you share there. June says, sorry, had 3 phone calls and back now to have to rewatch. We only got like 12 more minutes on. I am going to try to leave out of here early since I've been on here 4 hours and 15 minutes earlier today. I want to get me something else to eat because that's all I've eaten today is, well, I had 2 servings of chicken salad and some frozen custard, which was really good. But I'm going to eat something else just so I don't wake up when I go to sleep tonight. Y'all know I eat a little different than everybody else. So the first time I ate with you guys was the first time that I ate today. And then once I eat whatever I'm eating now, I don't eat again until about noon, 1, 2 o'clock tomorrow if I'm busy. It just depends on what's going on. And I got something to do in the morning, so I do want to go to sleep tonight. And thanks, Ann, because I forgot, Annie. She says, yes, look up at the highlighted comment here, put the link there. And also, Annie, make sure that you answer those 3 membership questions because otherwise I decline all new memberships. So make sure you do answer those. Thank you so much. And thank you, Diane, for saying yes, Teaquilts LLC on Facebook. Appreciate all of the help. You covered your binder tool, T? No, Deborah Quilts covered my binding. And what I did, she had given it to me, and I had it using it on a different project that's mostly, I had my designs for quilting that I could buy. I have printout of those. And I thought, what a waste of a pretty binder. So I took that binder and I said, I'm going to use it because the other binder is just stored on the shelf until I want to buy designs. So I took that, put my ugly binder, that stuff in my ugly binder, and took this binder and I put the stuff that I'm going to be carrying for a whole year, at least make it pretty, right? And the nice thing about a cover binder, you kind of know what it looks like. You can't mix them up with all the other ones either. Let's see. People talking to each other, so I'm going to skip some of those. Janet says, I used your sticker on my binder. That's pretty cool. She's talking about when people place orders and stuff, I tend to send people a sticker. It just depends if I got them in stock or not. And so she says she put them on her binder. So that's pretty cool. Diane says, now Ellen can sing. June says, I sing while I'm sewing. You know, I used to, back in the day, do a lot with music when I was sewing, but I just haven't recently, and I probably need to get back into that. I've been stuck on crazy television shows, so just weird. I can't sing either, but I do it anyway. Used to sing to the kids all the time. If it brings me joy, who cares what anyone else thinks? Yes, except for the people that are saying, my daughter, she can sing. She's a musician, and she can sing the keys. And so when you're off key, it just drives her nuts. You would only drive those type of people nuts. Everybody else is kind of okay with it. We drove almost straight through to Great Falls Mountains from Omaha, Nebraska. That was a long drive, yes. And most of the time that I'm driving, I'm the only driver. Every once in a while, I'll let somebody drive for like 3 hours on a trip. But most of the time, I'm doing the driving. That way, I can stop at the quilt shops, you know. I have control of the car. And normally, it's my car, too. So, of course, I got control of my car. Annette says, T, I think I have the same fabric on your binder in my stash. Got some to make a duvet cover for my oldest. Yes, it's it's an older oriental print because, like I said, we got fabric in our stash. It doesn't mean that it's less pretty because it's older. Um, just stuff, haven't been used yet. And Deborah, like I said, Deborah Quilts made that. So, and I've had it for a few years too. But I know she's had it for a few years before she even used it. So it's an older print. My brother says, hi, sis, and everyone. I hope you all are staying safe. You got my thumbs up. Well, thank you, sir. We're going to be signing off here in a few minutes. We got 7 minutes. Woo! Time is going by. I missed that before. The only reason I saw it was because somebody saying, hello, Ray. That was Ellen. Thank you, Ellen. Hey, guys, did you catch when T did the runs when she was singing? She sounded good. That's funny. The Molly says, thanks everybody being on live twice today has revived my sojo. I've starch pressed and cut all my 4 mini blocks. Now I'm pinning them. Hope to have pics tomorrow evening. Exactly. Well, thank you. Teresa says, happy birthday song written is tough to sing. Yes, it is. I hate that song. I'll sing anything else, but I will not be singing happy birthday. That is so, something with that song. June says, I used to sing in a choir, but since these few years in my COPD, I can't hardly carry a tune, so it helps my lungs, so I sing. That's pretty cool. And they let me sing in the choir as a kid for many years, and then when I realized I couldn't sing, it was like, these people let anybody sing at church. So I got out the choir. And I was thinking, I was one of those kids that I was belting it all out loud, even till I was like 18. I was all, belting it out loud. I'm with the sopranos. Well, they had my butt over there with them sopranos so they could tune that mess out. But I was a hot mess, thinking I could sing. I was going to say, don't forget the surprise custard. That's Carissa. Yes. I am all the way 50 miles south of Houston, Texas. You could fly up here to me and we could drive to T. Diane. That's Carissa. That's funny. You're almost on the Texas coast. I am going to get going, everyone. Stay safe and God bless you all. Good night, Darcy. Thank you so much for your help in the chat tonight. Appreciate that. Saying hello to my brother as well. Hello all from Janet. Hi, Janet. We're about to leave up out of here, girl. We got 5 full minutes. I don't have a TV in my sewing room, just a radio or CD, so I sing, yes. And I got my laptop recently, and one of the things that I was doing was trying to put some music on my laptop. So when I'm traveling and stuff like that, I can get back into music, because I really was into music big time and have kind of gotten out of it a lot. Boyfriend said he'd drive me over to Tiff and I could get time off. That'll be a long drive too. Wow. But that's nice that he's willing to do that. High Maintenance Kitty is calling me. Good night, T and everyone. Thank you, Sin. Good night. And Tom said hi, T. Hi, Tom. It's been a while now since we haven't had the Houston Quilt Show. Janet says good night all. Be blessed. Good night, Janet. I'm going to call this a night. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Ellen. She was tired when she came in saying she was sleepy. So thank you for hanging in there for almost 2 hours, girl. Appreciate you. Rissa says, I don't think I'll get my 4th block done today, T. Laughing out loud. I took a nap. Good for you. She says, I got 3 regular blocks and working on 3rd border block. Haven't even done Eric's block yet either. Yeah. And I saw your picture in the Facebook group, Sew Along group. And I saw what you meant when you're saying you would do a block and then do the border. So I do know exactly what you mean now. Because she said she only did the blocks and a border. And I said, is it plural, Deborah? And she says, no. So I fully understand what's going on. Good night, Annie. She says that she's leaving. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Teresa says, thanks for a fun-filled day. You're welcome, Teresa. And I see Annie's request coming in to join the Facebook group. So I'll get that when I get off. And then that's probably all I'm going to do. Deborah says, good night, everyone. Damali says, singing in church is about the passion of the singer. Bless a joyful noise to the Lord. Yes, even if it's off key, right? And that says, my cat is staring at me too. Yeah, it's weird how animals, when they know it's time to go to bed, they just sit there and watch you like, are we going to bed or what? Like, come on. Because they definitely don't want to go without you. So that's pretty funny. I sing if people don't like it. They don't like it. They can put their fingers in their ears. That's funny. If I don't do them together, I won't do them. That's what Carissa's saying. Okay, yes. And so you get a little break instead of doing like all of your blocks and then doing all of the borders. You're doing them intermingle. Kind of like me. I'm just pulling a bag. I pulled out what I had out to work on. And I was planning on doing all the blocks today. But I think people also need to see Kevin and I working on some of these border pieces, because people, for some reason, they can make the block, but they're struggling with the 1-inch finished pieces on the border blocks, which is weird. It's still the same sewing. It's still the same technique. So hopefully everybody will be okay and know that we're not struggling with it. It's just a matter of cutting the pieces in the right size. So everybody is saying good night. Sheila Willis, Bonita Nance. June says, that's right, God don't care about the singing. Beverly Aiken saying good night. Mine's come over and paws and yips at me when she's ready for bed. She's mad at me and sleeping on my pillow right now. Right. Melissa saying good night all. As always, it's been a blast. Good night, T, and all the quilters from Craft with Love. Cynthia says, have a wonderful night, everyone. Enjoy spending the day with you and Kevin. Good night, everyone. Yes. Yes. Thank you all so much for being here twice today. I appreciate that. And June Hansen says, good night, all. Judy says, thanks for fun today, T. You are so welcome. And we're going to go ahead and end here. It is 10 o'clock. I'm tired. I'm going to figure out something like real small, like soup or something to eat, and I'm going to go to bed. So I will see you all. Good night. I'll see Betsy tomorrow morning. I got to meet quilters to pick up quilts. So I got another full day where I'm going to be out of my home. So I'll talk to you all later. See you all on the Wednesday live for sure. Bye-bye, everybody. Stay blessed, stay safe, and quilt out.